45 seconds into the show.
God damn. Alright. We're live and
You know, they never really get to see the shirt. Let's see. I don't know if they can see that, right?
yeah, they can see something.
The general. Let me see. Trying to get a good reflection of it. Ugh. Oh,
Anyway,
can they see the T? No, they can't. Just my big butt. Alright.
okay, so we're back. Big Glass, there's the General, and it's another episode of the TK Show. We're gonna do a episode brought to you by Ridges, apparently. HEB brand.
Got some banquet and some silver bullets here.
And we want to do an episode, and I'm going to devote 5 minutes at the beginning of the episode to the General, because he's going to talk about something very special.
Well, it's not special.
About why he's going to vote for Trump.
My answer for Trump is simple. But first, we'd like to thank everybody for last week, because we actually got some great views and that shit. Like,
yeah, we got
last week's show was pretty good, about 150. That was better than nothing.
Yeah, we got a ton of views on the last show.
Thanks for watching. And for that one guy who says he smells like sphincter?
His rectum.
His
smells.
rectum?
That's what he said.
Your rectum smells? That's a pretty good fucking nose you got, man. I mean, you can smell through your laptop.
He asked me, is that one of your buddies? I said, no. One of my friends would have said something smarter.
Yeah, because I asked him, I said, hey, Laz, do you know this guy? Laz did a quick 2-minute video on Alex Jones' stupid fucking video on his take on what Sync or the Young Turks.
Yeah, on Jink.
Yeah.
And the TYT and Alex Jones.
And of course he does his own part of it and whatever. So things really happened and he got sped on. That's gross. It happened, but I think he deserved that.
It happens. You know, you get if you put yourself in that situation, you're gonna put yourself with people that don't have the clearest head and aren't gonna be thinking about, oh, I might be on camera. No, they're gonna do some crazy shit, and maybe that's what you wanted. Okay.
So Big Laz did a review on that. It was a quick 2-minute view, and he actually got some good support from it. Good views. And somebody wrote, "You smell like my sphincter, or you smell like a sphincter."
He said that
your rectum, or something like that.
Yeah, he said your rectum stinks. I said, well, what?
Yeah, we didn't know how to reply to that. So.
That makes no sense.
So I mean,
first of all,
we salute him for stomping TK. Like it just.
But we love it. We want you to say bad things about us. You know, we want some comments.
Something we can reply to. But that was a weird one.
That was bizarre.
And he said, "Smell like my rectum." It's like, okay, I don't know how he can smell his own rectum, but hey.
No, he said mine smell.
Oh.
That's what he said.
Weird.
He said, I bet your rectum smells. And I said, well, okay.
You probably got me there.
All right. You were thinking of a comment to put. That's what you came up with? God bless you. God bless you, buddy.
Thanks for the view.
Whatever you fucking troll.
Okay, so the whole, what is it, our Republican convention and the Democrat convention, the DNCs and the RNCs.
So we had the Republican National Convention last week,
and that was
Cleveland. And let me give a quick summary. It was probably the worst week of anything that we've ever seen. They
couldn't have been that bad.
They couldn't get anyone to show up for it.
Yeah, nobody wanted to support Trump.
Nobody wanted to support Trump.
Ted Cruz came out, everybody expecting Ted Cruz to do the I got beat, so I support Trump. He said, I got beat and I don't support Trump. That was fucking hilarious.
That's the guy that says, you know what? This guy's not going to win, and if he does, he's going to be disastrous. So I'm going to position myself as the guy that said, you know what? I'm not going to endorse this guy.
Yeah.
He positioned himself that way.
But I like Trump's reaction. It's like, yeah, I saw his speech before he went up. I didn't care.
Yeah, that's the usual Trump. That's the usual Trump thing. Like, he's very good at deflecting.
Yeah,
everything.
It doesn't bother me.
Like,
I'm Trump.
Yeah, like, they could get his daughter for murder. It's like, well, you know, the guy, you know, he was a jerk.
Yeah.
And
he deserved it.
But there's no evidence. And there's a ton of evidence. There's none.
That's not. That's the wrong Trump. That's spelled differently.
Yeah. She didn't do it.
So now we have DNC, right? The
So
Democrat?
then this week we had the DNC in Philly, and you can't if you watch them both, you know that they were just completely different. Like
I'll say the DNC was way more exciting than Trump's.
the DNC, well, I'm talking about like in terms of like who spoke, who showed up, and
Well, that's what I mean by more exciting, because I mean half of the people there walked out on Hillary, which was kind of funny.
Well, what?
But why? I want to know real quick, because I mean you're supporting Hillary on this.
Yeah.
How come? I can see why they wouldn't, but why didn't CNN and the big time news cover that?
They did. They did. They showed the.
It wasn't even on fucking KSAT 12 here in San Antonio.
Why would KSAT show it? I mean,
It's news.
Yeah, it's news, but they probably showed it in like maybe 3 minutes. Well, there was a random protest, but that's something that they would show. They would show, because especially here in Texas, because remember, we're still a red state.
Why? It wasn't in Texas though. Like, why wasn't it covered though? Like, you know, when they
It was
did
covered nationally. I mean, if it wasn't covered, we wouldn't have known about it.
It was on Twitter from people recording.
It was on Twitter.
Even the Young Turks had it.
It was on TYT. It was on Fox. It was on MSNBC.
Now-
it was on CNN.
I don't follow Hillary, so I didn't really care what was happening. But why did they walk out anyway? Like, was it just Bernie supporters, or what was
Okay,
it?
this is what happened. Okay, so you got Bernie supporters. Okay,
Mhm.
these Bernie supporters, they are they want to be ultra progressive. They're the ultra left. Okay, they're the ones that, I don't know, they probably wouldn't have voted anyway, but they got behind Bernie because he's ultra left.
Okay.
Okay, he's positioned himself, and that's great. Bernie's a great guy. You know, he says what he means. You know, and he does what he says.
Yeah,
and,
you know, I never voted for Bernie anyway.
Right, you wouldn't have voted for
No.
Bernie anyway, but the reason they walked out is because they can. That's what I'm saying. It's like a convention. That's what they're for.
So they were there to insult Hillary, or just like
They're there to say, you didn't vote, you didn't bring in our guy.
okay. So
This is the guy we wanted. It would have been anybody. If anybody had been there. Not just Hillary.
yeah.
They want Bernie, and they didn't get Bernie, so now they're upset. And this is what I tell a lot of people, that the big difference. Oh, how come at the RNC there wasn't this big thing? Because there was nobody left. Trump destroyed all of his opponents in the Republican
In the race,
race.
yeah.
They were all gone, decimated by the time they got to the convention. There was nobody there that had enough votes or delegates to challenge him for anything, in any way. At the RNC it was different, because Bernie and Hillary, they were neck and neck for a lot of the primaries.
Yeah.
Okay, they were close,
So
very
it's
close.
it's like, you know, people feeling sour about it, or
Yeah,
something.
but at the end of the day, Hillary got about a couple of million more votes, and she got 1,000 more delegates. The numbers didn't work for Bernie, but and you can't say it's because of money, because that's what politics are. If you're gonna say it's for money, it's because of money, then fucking Trump.
I would not have gone Republican anyway.
Trump's got supposedly a billionaire. That's why a lot of people are voting for him, because he's a rich businessman. He supposedly bankrolled his own campaign because they were losing money. But now we find out it's probably the Russians that were fucking giving him money to fucking fuel his campaign. But that's part of the next part of the show. So as far as like analysis of both conventions, you had one side, fear. Everybody's gonna kill us.
Fucking praise me.
The blacks, the Mexicans, the Muslims, they're all gonna come into our houses and kill us.
Close the gates.
And everything's bad, everything's wrong, and okay. Then you go to the Democrat side, and they're just like saying, look, we got all these fucking numbers here, we got graphs, and we got statistics that say that actually, no, everything's going better, you know? The immigration's going down, actually, even though it's getting reported more, but it's going down. Crime is going down even though it's getting reported more, because that's the media, that's what, you know, you need ratings, right?
That, yeah.
So they're showing it's a complete opposite. you know, and so that's what we're saying now is that what's the big story now?
Well, it's
It's
not that
Bernie,
it's,
right?
Well, yeah.
It's Bernie, and you got the Bernie Bros that just cannot give up on Bernie, even though it's already over.
Well, that's more. It's not Bernie's fault at this point. That's just it's.
They were
it's
booing Bernie.
people.
I
They
mean-
were booing him for encouraging them to vote Hillary.
Well, he's being Bernie. Like that's what he does. That's what
I
he's
give it to him
supposed
that he's being a good sport about it. It's like, hey, I lost. I have to support Hillary.
Bernie's being a professional.
There you
and
go.
He's being a guy that he knows he's following the rules, but the Bernie supporters, they don't follow the rules. They're not those kind of people that follow the rules. They want anarchy. They want change, no matter what, even if it's bad change. See, this is
Didn't
not,
they?
I know
Where did Hillary's take place at again?
Philadelphia.
They broke through the police barrier. The people who were protesting against Hillary, they were supporting Bernie Trump and that other chick, that Jill Scott. Is it Jill Scott?
Jill Scott.
There's a girl in there that they're like all crazy.
Oh, against
No, that they're for.
somebody they're for?
Yeah, it's a
From who?
lady. I don't know, her name's Jill something.
Yeah.
She was speaking and they were like, oh my god, yeah, she's made my cooter wet.
Oh, okay.
I don't know, they broke through the police line, opened the fence so they could go in and protest against Hillary at her convention.
What are they? I mean, that's what I'm saying. What are you protesting? I mean, what exactly are you protesting? They don't know what they're protesting. They're protesting that it's not our guy. That's the only thing they're
Yeah, that's all they're saying on that one.
It's oh, you didn't get my guy. I don't like it. I'm against it. You know, it's gonna go away. It's gonna blow.
Is that a bad thing to do though?
No, it's democratic.
Yeah, I know.
It's a good thing.
I think it's good to see people like rise up and be like, this is fucking bullshit, yo. That's not the one we want.
That's not the
It's
one.
the- I thought like presidents are supposed to be elected by the people, not by these fucking endorsements and people who are paying them.
They were. She got more votes.
Past tense, word.
She got more votes. What else are you gonna do? They counted the votes and she got more votes. I mean, what? I don't see what else.
No, you
they
don't
can
see what I'm
contest.
saying though. The people though. Who gives a shit about the votes?
You,
Or,
but
like,
you
if
know
there's
what?
enough people
but
to rise against,
but what I say
shouldn't
to
that be
I
like,
understand that.
You know what I mean?
I understand that. But what I say to them is that you have to pick your battles. Okay, 2000, that was a stolen election. Okay, that's
But
where,
it's fucking Florida, man. Everything fucked up always happens in Florida.
yes, but that you have evidence.
Yeah.
You have hard evidence
The
that
brother
they stole
and
the
all that
election,
stuff,
the votes and all that shit. On this one, you don't have any fucking evidence. Okay, all you have is some guy somewhere tweeted something, and then somebody else retweeted that, and then it turned into
Just
something.
viral.
Okay, that's all you have. You don't have any real evidence. If you had real evidence, you would be all over the news. You would be sending your package of evidence to all the newspapers. Okay, it would be.
All right.
There would evidence.
Stop that. Stop that.
All right.
Now comes into the real reason why we were doing this. 15 minutes into the fucking show. Oh well. Conspiracies and conspirators out there. Forgive me if I'm mispronouncing everything, but we've been drinking. So I don't think these people protesting, I don't think it has anything to do with like what we were talking about a little while ago.
Right.
I think you were right. I think they're just being fucking sore losers about it. You know what I mean?
So
Bernie's doing the professional road. He's like, hey, I lost.
good
more.
for Bernie. Good for Bernie.
Yeah, I mean, hey, he's taking it in stride. Now, as of what, these past 2 weeks, it's been more than 2 weeks with Hillary though, as far as like them trying to bury her with something.
Oh no! It's like I'm saying. That's like I was telling you earlier. She has a ton of enemies, like powerful enemies. Like she has enemies on every fucking on news, radio.
I was speaking to Big Laz about this, and he brought up some good points. He's being an asshole about it, but he brought up some good points because Hillary, as of late, has been the fucking target for conspirators. You know, she's starting secret wars. She's had Americans killed, not by her hands, but intentionally had people with some sort of secrecy killed. People who are trying to testify against her because of how she lied to America, are just dropping like flies around her. I think her body count is maybe at 12, with people trying to testify against her or just mysteriously dying. Even a reporter in Saudi Arabia, as of 2 days ago, said it was going to testify, well, going to bring up some information, documents against her, just driving down to one of his, I guess, court systems. I don't know how they are over there overseas in Europe, but his car just explodes. It was just a natural cause, they called it, that his car exploded. Granted, it was a 1970s fucking car. It was even amazing that it's still running, but it just explodes.
He probably had just flipped off a fucking synagogue or some shit.
What? You know, fucking
God struck him down or whatever.
did.
No, but I mean, so Hillary has conspirators left and right on her right now. Murderer, thief, rigger, and what else is left?
She's got everything.
She's got everything.
They're,
So, Big Glass is saying that she just has enemies on Trump's side. I can understand that. I mean, Trump would play low, like dirty ball. Trump would play like, he'd cheat.
It's the thing, though. That's
But do you think it's just Trump?
No, it's not just Trump, because he just came into the.
Yeah, he just came into the game. Yeah.
Okay. It's like if there's a giant club. Okay. You have a giant It's like, okay. How about this? It's the NWO. Okay. You got the fucking NWO, brother. Okay. Bret Hart just came over from WWF. He's Trump. Okay. He just came over. They're recruiting him. They want, hey, come on, brother, come on, get into the NWO. Okay. They've already had like a campaign against Sting. Or Ric Flair. That's Hillary. Okay. Because he's got the white hair. And so they've already been doing against him, against Flair this whole time. So they bring in Hart, and okay, you're going to be our guy now. And now Hart starts feuding with Flair.
Hart's the nominee. And he's
right?
Like,
he starts feuding with Flair, right? So that's what it is. They've already been, like, for years, going after him, feuding with him. Now they bring in this guy to feud, help. So it's not just Trump. It's there's a whole fucking group behind it. But that's what I'm saying.
Do you think it's anybody in the White House that's going after her?
Oh, I'm pretty sure she's got enemies everywhere. Everywhere.
Like,
and
why does she have so many enemies, though?
It's because...
Can you explain that to the people?
It's because...
To help at least have them an understanding of what Hillary's going through right now.
It goes all the way back to her husband, man.
Bill was fucking awesome as president.
Bill. You know how pissed off?
If Bill got away with murder at some point back in the past, I will forgive him, because our country had some great friends at that point in time.
You know how pissed off the Republicans were about Bill and the things that he was doing?
That guy was the man.
I know he was the man. But
in our lifetime, I still call him my favorite president was Bill Clinton.
They hated him because he was doing things, and he was getting the people behind him. And
well, he had countries that didn't hate us.
And he had and they were like, oh, we don't like that. You know, no. He's getting too much
power.
Liberal. He's getting too liberal, and he's like, I'm gonna let gays in the military.
So
fuck that.
So it was pretty much like he was a puppet, and his masters weren't liking it because he was like, I'm not fucking doing this.
He's like the let's see what I'm doing another.
Because that's how I see presidents, and it's not to be mean or demeanor to them. It's just, everybody, that president is most likely to become president if he's likely to fucking work for the masters.
Well, it's like how about this? Okay, you had the NWO, right? They were all bad guys, right? And fake heels, okay? But then you had Nash, and he started getting the cheers.
Big sexy.
But he's still he's one of them, right? He's getting the cheers, though. He's kind of doing good things for other guys, and he's doing good things for things that fans like. And the NWO is kind of like, whoa, brother,
wait a minute,
you're one of us still, right? And they start getting jealous.
Well,
Hogan, he's like jealous. He's like, what the hell? You're getting fans. You're supposed to be one of us. And then Nash is like, well, why? I'm just fucking being myself. Then they fucking attack him with the chairs, and they take him down. And so that's what happens with Bill.
You explained that to them.
That's what happens with Bill.
With real life matches that happen at WCW.
Yeah, they were like, you don't like that, so we're gonna attack you.
So Bill Clinton was Wolfpack.
Yes, and they're like, you know what? Your wife Any other fucking first lady, we love her, right? She's a saint. Barbara Bush, George Bush's wife, whatever her fucking name was, Michelle Obama. Even though they didn't like her because she's black.
She's still the hottest fucking first lady ever.
Yeah, Germano likes her. And so, they're all saints, right? But Hillary's not a saint.
Oh no,
They
she's
hate
number
Hillary.
2. She's number 2.
Ah.
Jackie Kennedy.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
everybody loves Jackie.
Jackie.
Everybody loves
Jackie.
Jackie. Everybody loves Jackie.
Gorgeous.
Oh yeah.
Michelle's number 2. You're still up there though.
But it's like, why are the other ones? They're like saints. You can't touch them. You can't say nothing bad about them.
Okay.
Right? You say something bad about fucking Barbara Bush, and everybody's like on Fox News like, oh my God, why you should be burned. But Hillary, oh, she's a fucking bitch. She's a loudmouth, and she's shrill.
Don't you have George Bush Jr.'s wife, who's the only one that actually killed somebody?
George,
his wife, George Bush
so
Jr.
the car
The
accident.
hit and run.
Mm-hmm.
She was drunk, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was drunk, but they can't bring that up
She's
because
a saint.
she's a saint.
She's a saint,
She's
okay.
the first lady. We can't say anything bad about her. She's a lady. She doesn't go against.
Please don't kill us, government.
Yeah, she's a lady. She doesn't go against the government.
Yeah.
Right? She doesn't try to do
Yeah.
things. Hillary.
She said yes.
But what did
yes,
Hillary
yes.
do? As soon as Hillary got first lady, it was like she became the fucking vice president. She started doing things. She's like, I'm gonna go and save these children over here. I'm gonna fucking start this foundation. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna fight for health care and all. They're like, whoa. First ladies, they're supposed to like read books to children at the school and like talk about fitness and shit like that. Nah.
Now, are they able to do shit though? Like technically a first lady, like
they can do whatever. Technically, they can do whatever they want, but that's not what they had been doing.
okay.
You know, because remember,
They're just playing the role like I'm a
Remember,
good housewife type.
the
thing.
government. Remember, it's like the government is the NWO. Okay, they fucking like they're like
You're
nah,
in,
fuck
but
that
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
No, you do what we say.
Yeah.
Right. So then suddenly Hillary's like, no, I'm not gonna do that. I don't want to do that like that. She decides that she's gonna be a senator, and then she's gonna be this and that. She's gonna go into politics. None of the first ladies
Done that.
have ever done that. None of them. You can go back down the line. They all fucking like run a charity somewhere in Africa, but they don't get involved in any of the politics. That's why they hate her so much.
So
Hate
she's
her.
got at least 4, 8, 12 years experience in politics.
Let's say Bill became president in '93.
No, you're right. That's 16.
Yeah.
That's almost 20 years.
And before that, she was a lawyer.
So
But
that's
still.
at least 20 years.
But before that, her husband was the governor. Remember that?
Yeah, he was. I bet he was getting his fucking dick blown there too.
Well, Hillary looked a little bit better in the '80s.
But technically, she's had at least, on her own, a close to 20 years.
Fucking long time.
Yeah.
Hillary.
That's a good time. That's a
Bill
good time.
became governor of Arkansas in 1980. So she's been doing that shit since before we were born.
Yeah.
Bill's been getting his dick sucked since before we were born, bro.
So you're saying it's just a coincidence that
No.
she's having these
No,
conspiracies on her?
no,
or
not a
is it
coincidence. It's a planned, like orchestrated thing.
just- Yeah.
You know, they're like, we gotta tear her down. We gotta get rid of this fucking bitch because she's a threat to what we're doing here.
So you actually think she's gonna do some good?
I think she's been doing good, like from where she's at. You know,
Yeah.
it's a lot of these guys, even TYT is guilty of this. They think it's rosy, like politics, like it's a rosy thing, like
TYT is the Young Turks, by the way.
Yeah. I love those guys.
I know it's a good channel. Follow them. They're pretty awesome on YouTube.
they're way better because remember, by and
Well, I
large,
mean, they got a lot of fucking fancier equipment.
by and large, the entire media, it's slanted to the right.
Yeah, and these guys
Fuck.
will just tell you how it is.
Oh my god.
And they got this awesome.
Any asshole that tells you that the media is left wing or liberal,
No,
they're
yeah,
full of
they do.
shit. Because all you have to do is turn on your radio and you're gonna hear nothing but right wing bullshit, and then you turn on the TV, nothing but right wing
But
bullshit.
the Young Turks have a fucking hot, what's her name? Oh my
Anna.
God,
Anna.
Anna. Ah, she's awesome.
And a Conspirian.
All right, we'll get back on. So
So anyway, so
you're saying that they were guilty of like fuck. You're saying even TYT.
even TYT is guilty of this. they try to paint it like that politics is so easy. It's so easy to stay on the straight and narrow of being a liberal and progressive. Like, never take bribes, never take donors, never take this and that. And as soon as somebody, they must have taken a bribe from someplace, they're bad. That's not how it works. Remember, when you're...
So what was up with that list that got released with Hillary?
What list?
There was like 20 donors in there of people that were gonna pay her to talk to her.
Yeah, that's what you do, man.
Bernie Sanders wouldn't have done that.
Bernie's done that for years, but they don't want to. They're gonna
I don't think he's done it to that extent. That was a long list.
Hey, she's more famous than Bernie.
I'm just saying, man.
She's more famous.
Bernie would be like, look, I just need enough to get by, so give me at least 2 of them.
I don't care about the donors.
Now, does Trump do that?
Yeah, of course.
He takes. Oh yeah, he's got Russia right or something.
Fuck yeah.
Okay.
The thing about Trump is that. Here's the thing.
He's got Chuck Norris. How the fuck are you gonna go against Chuck Norris?
Hey, Chuck Norris jumped on the bandwagon because Chuck Norris was Huckabee. Remember?
You don't fucking dog on Chuck Norris.
Chuck Norris was for Huckabee. Remember? There was a fucking video. Chuck Norris did a commercial with Huckabee.
Yeah, I know.
And Huckabee was like...
Everybody knew Huckabee was going to do anything.
Except Chuck Norris?
I'm pretty sure Chuck Norris owed him one or something for something that happened.
You know what happened? You know what happened? Huckabee said something bad, and Chuck Norris kicked him right out of a window.
Pretty much.
And he's like, he's out of there. He walked off.
And he hand-selected Trump.
Probably. Karate Chop selected Trump. He karate chop.
So that means Seagal's for Trump too.
Oh, I don't know.
Seagal loves Putin.
No,
Seagal hangs out in Russia like every day. You know how many Netflix movie he has in Russia right now? He's got like fucking 20.
Yeah, but I don't think Seagal would go with that kind of whole thing.
Remember, just have Seagal run for president. He's probably been a president 20 years.
I might vote for Seagal.
But you won't understand what he's saying, but
hey, I don't care. But and he'd be wearing a flak jacket and his fatigues.
Yeah, his hair back.
So
sunglasses in inauguration.
Yep. Would Kurt Russell be his vice president?
No.
Who would be vice president of Seagal?
Somebody he respects.
Van Damme?
No, he hates Van Damme.
He hates Van Damme.
He hates Van Damme.
Van Damme might run against him.
He'll do something to make people happy, so he'll probably like vote for. He'll probably get a chick vice president.
He probably would some Playboy model or something.
Yeah. That'd be epic. All right, let's get back on
that chick from Under Siege, and at the convention.
I don't know. Did she age well?
I think she did.
She still got a good rack. All right. Yeah.
Maybe her daughter or something, but she would come out of here's my vice president. She'd come out of the cake just like him.
All right. So what were we talking about before we got sidetracked?
So, what I'm saying is that even those guys on the Young Turks, even those guys, they're like they want their candidates to be holier than thou, okay, and they tear them down when they're not. And Bernie right now, he's the saint, and Hillary's not, okay. But what they don't understand is that when you have to play the game of politics for 20, 30 years, right? You have to play the game. You have to make compromises. They don't like compromises. They're like, oh, you're making compromises. You're not a liberal. You're not a progressive. You're not championing us. Yes, they are. Compared to what the right wingers, yes, they're championing you. So no, I mean, Hillary. What I'm saying is that she's got people coming at her from all sides.
So she's a victim.
No, she's not a victim.
What? Okay, so you're saying that she knew what she was getting into, and it's just like
when you get into that, and you're going to be a liberal or progressive, and you're a woman. On top of that, you know what you're getting into. You're going to get into
I like the idea of a female possibly becoming president.
You're going to get into a battle.
It's between two shits that you have to vote for.
Yeah, but that's the thing, though. I don't get why people think that Hillary is
the lesser of the shit.
I don't understand that. It doesn't make any sense. It's like
the only pro we get out of that is you get Bill Clinton.
You know what I think it is? I think that people have this image of Hillary already. It's been painted like, because we've grown up with her, you know? She's been around forever. And
She doesn't like to get hit, apparently.
and people have this image of her that's negative.
She doesn't get
Right?
hit.
It's this negative image about her. And that's
Sorry, Hillary.
that's what it is. They can't pinpoint what it is. Even TYT, they cannot
Oh,
say,
it's so cold.
they cannot pinpoint specific issues that they don't like about her. They'll just talk about she didn't fight for this.
Little nitpicks. and
Yeah,
stuff
she
like
didn't
that.
fight for this back in '97. She didn't fight for this bill in 2000.
Yeah,
or
but a lot
whatever.
of them didn't, you know.
Yeah, you know.
I think that's a little silly.
That's usually all they have.
Well, maybe that's because that's all they have on her.
That's all they have. That's all they have on her. Like,
You got to remember, it's the Young Turks. They have to do like what we do.
Yeah.
They have to get something against her, and they might have to do something positive on it.
I wish that it wasn't like that, because you know why? If we were doing if TYT is a right wing conservative show, they wouldn't do both sides. It would just be all Trump is awesome, he's the man, and he's great. And I wish.
I don't think we've heard them say that, but
No, I've heard it. I've heard it on the fucking. Here's a shout out to WOAI 1200. You fucking dirtbags. You guys.
no, but you're saying that TYT has said that.
No. I went because TYT is very progressive, liberal.
Yeah.
But they show both sides. That's what liberals have to do. Unfortunately, they have to show both sides and give equal criticism. Like they gave.
Yeah, but I don't see nothing wrong with
They
that.
gave criticism.
It's what we do. It's
I
a
know.
talk show.
I know, but there's very few of these shows, right?
True.
Compared to the right wing shows.
That are
And
just-
those shows
yeah,
do
yeah.
not.
Yeah.
They will never give both sides.
Trump's dick is amazing.
He is amazing. That's probably what we'll say. I literally heard Tags or whatever the fuck that piece of garbage that comes out on WOAI 1200 say that Trump.
Oh, after this, we're gonna do our rant on that fucking guy with this Duncan.
All
We
right,
didn't get to do that last
we
week.
do a round on that.
After this.
But yeah, so you got these guys like WOI 1200. They're so transparent in the fact that they're pretending to be news because they say WOI News 1200, but they are so right wing. They are against everybody apparently except for white people.
Well, I think the thing on theirs is maybe they get more white listeners,
Well,
and it's probably more for views.
but if they were real news, wouldn't they get
Both sides.
a lot more different kinds of people?
Yeah.
I think they don't want those other kinds of people. I think their parent company, Clear Channel, I think there's something wrong with those guys. And I've always known Clear Channel, they're a bunch of conservative motherfuckers. And so remember, you live in San Antonio, WOAI. They control Clear. They're controlled by Clear
If
Channel.
you find their station, egg them. Fucking
No, don't do anything to them. Just maybe throw a
I'm
hot,
not at them, but I don't see nothing wrong doing that at the building.
throw a warm potato at them.
No, oh my god.
Throw a warm potato at them.
So we're driving off subject. We're driving. Big Lies picked up the general because I don't have a car. My license has been suspended for forever, and well, I don't care. Everybody knows. And we see these hot chicks from the back, right? Keep in mind from the back. They have the yoga pants on and fucking little. I don't know. They look good from behind. There was one chick, a taller one with curly hair. She looked good. One chick, a shorter one, big butt, walking down. Was that McCollum Avenue, right?
Yeah.
And one turns around and Laz is like, Big Laz is like, yeah. And I'm like, whoa, fucking potato. And Laz is like, what? Potato? He's like, what does that mean? I go, yeah, she had like an ogre face. What do you mean? Like, what did you say? Like somebody threw a potato at her head?
Yeah,
I was
I
like,
thought
what?
you
No, I meant when you say potato on a girl, it's because they're lumpy. Their face is lumpy. Like it's just it's lumpy.
I thought he said that they threw a potato at her or something.
So he had the greatest idea of having a half-cooked mashed potatoes in general.
Yeah.
No, a half-cooked potato is
Yeah, a
better.
warm potato that you put in the microwave, but it's kind of warm.
And you just launch it at somebody's face and just watch it like, ah.
It explodes.
So I thought that was kind of funny.
That would be pretty bad.
It sounds horrible the way we're explaining it, but we almost wrecked just from laughing. So
That was
it's
pretty
kinda
good.
funny.
That was
It
good.
pretty funny.
Well, because I thought he said that they hit her with a potato. I was like, what?
And I had a great idea for a business.
Wow.
Shave cats to make them look like lions. You're welcome, America.
Well, it's more of a prank, I think. Right? Well, who's gonna pay you to do that?
You never know. There's some crazy cat people out there, brother.
That is true. So you're gonna shave the cat to look like a lion?
Look like a lion. Just fucking lion head. Little
Well, the old idea was that he was just gonna shave random cats.
Just put them out
and shave them to look
I
like.
think that would be time consuming because we'd have to find cats and hopefully they don't attack us or scratch us and then allow us to shave them. I don't know. that's
Catnip? Lots of catnip.
Maybe.
And then we would shave them. But then.
It just sounds. Alright.
Alright.
So,
Alright.
point saying, Big Laz is saying, don't believe everything that you read into against Hillary. Because it's not. He says that this plan has been set in motion for a while.
Yeah.
They
got like 3 minutes.
Okay, they've known Hillary was going to be running for a while, so
They've known it for a long time.
Bernie supporters, don't be such sore losers.
Don't be whiny. Don't be whiny
Yeah.
girls, man. Look, you
Just
didn't
do
get
what the president said. Don't boo. Don't boo. Let's just see
It's
where it
like
goes.
when the general goes to the bar and they don't have cores, he doesn't burn the bar down. He wants to, but he doesn't.
Just punch the bartender and we leave.
He just like, he's about to, and then he says, wait. Or I say, hold on. Do you guys have Coors Light? And then they say yes, and then
Okay.
So,
It's that simple, America.
so Bernie supporters, Hillary is Coors Light. Go for a Coors Light.
All right. We're gonna come back with what's his name, Dan. The one that
We're gonna come back with a rant against Dan, the most boring radio host.
This guy does anything for attention.
Dan-
He's almost as worse as Jones. But we'll be back for
Dan Patrick.
Dan Patrick. Dan Asshole's what he is.